Rolling?
We are rolling.
There's a light in front of me, asking me how I've been. I see the blade hanging in your trunk. I see your hatred eyes, filled with jealousy to my kind. I see your soul through your eyes. I see colors of hate that makes a man blind. I see flowers of death on the paths we walk by. I see colors of hate that makes a man blind. I see flowers of death on the paths we walk by. There's a magic in the air. No need to hate your friend. There's something called love at the end of the light. People killing people for free. They don't even taste the blood they bleed. Bleed from your soul and you'll see hope. I see colors of hate that makes a man blind. I see flowers of death on the paths we walk by. I see colors of hate that makes a man blind. I see flowers of death on the paths we walk by. No more colors, no more sinners, no more winners, no more killers, no more colors, no more sinners, no more winners, no more killers, no more colors, no more sinners, no more winners, no more killers, no more colors, no more sinners, no more winners, no more killers, no more colors, no more sinners.
Buddhi, thanks for sitting down with us today. How are you doing?
Pleasure. I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks for asking. Right off the bat, your biography says on your website that you're from Sri Lanka.
Yes, I am.
What's that like over there?
So when I was growing up, it was pretty crazy. It was.
You mentioned a civil war.
If you know the history of, if you know Sri Lanka, or if you read about Sri Lanka, there was a civil war, which ended in 2009. It started in, it went for 30 years. So I grew up
30?
on that. Yeah.
Oh, wow. But this probably really fueled your creativity, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's where it all started. Music came in early 2000s when I was, then actually that was the time I was a teenager. I was feeling the fear and the pressure of war, and everything. 'Cause
You were probably very conscious of it at that age because you,
yes,
start to grow up. And
we all were. Like, growing up, we all were conscious about it because, you know, we would travel by public transport to bus. And our parents would come back home from public transport when bombs go off in buses and trains. You know, if you read the news right now, what's happening in Sri Lanka, that's bad because there's some racial wars happening, which I'm very, very pissed off about.
Is this your primary bit of inspiration because you're here in Los Angeles now?
Yeah, but
You think of home?
yeah, of course it fuels me because the one big issue which I came across after landing in America was, you know, I came here seeing it as a dream. It's still a dream, of course, it's chasing a dream, but it's not what I saw in the movies and shit like that, you know. Racial issues, what's happening back there at home, it's not about color, but it's about religion. Same shit. Here, it's racial, it's not war, but I don't know, like, a lot of people are angry, a lot of people are feeling discriminated. And it fuels me, but that's how I not a pen, but a device
I understand.
to write my stuff and an instrument to put it out in a melody.
So you studied here?
Yep.
Where at?
Musicians Institute.
Oh,
in
yeah?
Hollywood, yeah.
Did you study guitar or writing? Because I noticed in your songs there's a lot of emphasis on having very vocal forward.
I came here to mostly emphasized on my vocal side. That was my program was.
Oh,
but
okay.
then I switched to a program called Independent Artist Program, where it was mainly focused on my part of interest, which is songwriting. And I had the chance to produce it and get my music out. So, yeah, it was a short program, I would say, but very, very...
You're done now?
Yeah, I'm done now.
Okay, great.
I'm out in the world, you know.
You're out in the depths of the city now.
Exactly.
That's when things get...
In the grind.
Yeah, on the grind. That's when things get scary. Speaking of that, Los Angeles can be sort of a melting pot. Let me say one name. Bob Dylan. Do you like him?
Of course,
Of course, immediately with your guitar and the harmonica reminded me of Bob Dylan.
Yes,
It's influence at all?
Big influence, like, so when I first started writing my own songs, like poetry-wise, the only source of access to knowledge of Western music, contemporary music, was through the internet back over there, which was really, really bad. Dial-up connections like that, really slow. Came about Bob Dylan and I read his songs, Like a Rolling Stone, Blowing in the Wind. They were very simple songs, but I know they were very powerful.
They had a message.
Yeah,
they had a purpose.
Yeah, and during the time he wrote that stuff, it was very chaotic, similar to what I was experiencing back home back there. So I studied his music, and on YouTube I saw Bob Dylan performing at Newport Festival 1964 or 5. Then I saw him playing a harmonica. I didn't even know the name harmonica. We call it back home mouth organ. Playing it with this gadget. Like a hook sort of a thing. I was like, I want to try that. I just felt, you know, I'm just 19 or 20. Then there was nowhere to find that
contraption.
Gadget. Yeah, that thing, the harmonica holder. That's what called it. I didn't even know that name. So at that time, my mom was in Boston for my sister's graduation in 2005 or 2006. So I called my mom. No, she called home, and she said she's gonna fly back home in like a week or two. She asked what I want, and you know, I said, I told, get me a mouth organ. If I say harmonica, she'll be like, what? Get me a mouth organ. And I sent her picture, emailed her a picture of
Yeah.
a holder, asking her to bring. She brought down both. Then it took years. I was trying to imitate Bob Dylan.
That's how it started.
Yeah.
So you're here now in Los Angeles, away from home, and all of these things are on your mind. One guy and a guitar. What's your writing? What's your creative process?
Writing a song?
Is it simple? Is it easy? 'Cause these are difficult things to.
It's tough to write a song. Start writing one, for me.
Music or lyric first, do you think?
First, for me, it's the music. You know, I always mess around with the guitar. Then a chord progression or something like would come up. Then I would hum a melody over it, which is gonna be the vocal melody. Then I think about, okay, I got something here. What I wanna write about. So I try to think about what's the most painful thing I have seen in the recent past or what I have felt, and how I want to put that out.
So what are you currently working on then? What's the latest project?
So I sang one song which I wrote like 1 week back. Along with that, I wrote another song which I was really very disgusted about the recent shootings which was happening. Colors of Fate is coming on a record which is gonna be I'm doing a concept album which I'm planning to release. I've already in the tracking process these days. I'm looking for collaborations, people to be a part of it. It's a concept album based on a person, character. So it's gonna be interesting. That's the biggest thing I've started working on as a artist.
Oh wow, we look forward to hearing that. Yeah. Tell us where we can all find your music.
So my EP, so I have like 3 projects. I have a band back home which I've been doing for 10 years. And my solo project as Buddhi De Mal, which I'm doing now, and my band here in LA, the Sutra.
You have a website that encompasses all 3.
Yeah, all 3 you can find on my website, buddhidemal.com.
And you have links to social media sites from there?
Yeah, everywhere. And if you search Google Buddhi De Mal, everything will come up, because I think I'm the only one who has the name in that way.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for stopping in, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, brother. Pleasure.
Pleasure's mine.
Cheers.
Cool.
Good job, guys.
All right, cool.
Good?
Awesome.
Restroom real quick.
Perfect.
And cut.
Thank you.